My name is Joseph Tucciarello. Over the past few weeks, I have conducted several interviews with people who know me closely in order to better understand my strengths and what opportunities I have to develop as both a person and potential employee. How I communicate with and present myself to others is essential to meeting my career goals. I have interviewed 6 people from 3 areas of my life, being 2 professional contacts, 2 personal contacts, 2 academic contacts. By talking to this wide array of people, I hope to get an in-depth understanding of how I present myself to others in a variety of environments. I believe my professional contacts are important to this evaluation, as they've seen me in a work environment. For the first of my professional contacts, I've chosen Joshua Rawls, someone who I know closely as a friend and as a coworker at Chili's Bar and Grill. While working here, Josh and I required essential teamwork under stressful and fast-paced conditions. My second professional contact is Olivia D'Angelo, someone I've also known for several years and have had multiple years of work experience with at Camp Open Arms as a camp counselor. Olivia and I were counselors for the same age group of children. She has extensive knowledge of how I worked at the camp with other counselors and helped with the ongoing task of keeping the children safe and ensuring that they all had a good time. Next are my academic contacts. These individuals have seen how I interact in an environment where I'm able to grow my knowledge as well as interact with colleagues and friends. The first of my academic contacts is Vishnu Amin. Vishnu was my roommate for the first year of college and has experienced both how I live and how I work. Having the same major as me, Vishnu has a unique perspective on how I complete my work, as well as how I went about completing some of the group projects required in our courses. My second academic contact is Professor Daniel Bean, an English professor at my high school who was a Jesuit. Professor Bean was someone I worked with closely throughout my high school career, as I was not only one of his students, but one of his teaching assistants as well. He has seen me in situations involving not only teamwork with fellow students during class, but also work in helping teach multiple students. The importance of my personal contacts lies in the fact that these are individuals who have known me for most of my life. These individuals are the ones who know the most about how I communicate when in a casual environment where I'm the most comfortable. The first of my personal contacts is Katie Tucciarello. Katie is my sister and therefore has some of the best insight into how I interact with others and communicate on a daily basis. As someone who has been a role model to me in the past, Katie is someone I trust to have the best intentions for me and is willing to help me grow to meet my career goals. My second personal contact is Ryan Fowler, a childhood friend who I've spent many years knowing. His insight into how I communicate with others in a personal setting is something I believe will help me better understand how to grow as a person. From conducting interviews with these individuals, I have learned much about my effective communication behaviors as well as my improvement opportunities. I focus on questions that will give me information on how I interact and communicate with others. As for my strengths, I have received fairly common results across all of my contact groups. The most common feedback I have received was that I am very patient and compassionate in how I deal with others. Whether dealing with coworkers, colleagues, friends, or family, I tend to be patient and good at listening. I believe this aspect of my communication behavior stems from my high I score for my DISC personality assessment. The I category in this assessment relates to one's ability to interact with others socially and how comfortable one feels engaging with those around them. As such, I believe this score closely relates to my role within teams. Through my interviews, I have learned that I am someone who is able to make work environments fun and enjoyable. I enjoy making others I am engaging with feel at ease and comfortable with me, as well as with the rest of the team. My ability to make this happen comes from how I communicate with teammates and coworkers. In several situations, I've been observed to bring others into conversations when they may be feeling left out. I have a tendency to want everyone within a group to have input in making decisions and to know that their opinions are valued. I believe that in any group setting, it is important to make sure that the entire team has an equal part in the contribution to completing our objectives, and that is the best way to get a diverse set of opinions, which, when considered properly, can lead to the best results. Without someone making sure that all members of the team share their ideas, there is always the potential of losing great knowledge and insight. I've also learned that I'm very effective at providing critical analyses in group settings. Some examples of this have been through providing advice to friends, assessing ideas for group projects, and making sure plans can be followed through. I believe that without this behavior in a group, aspects of groupthink and false invincibility can occur. Ideas and plans need to be drawn out in a way that ensures that as many possible problems can be foreseen and taken care of before before they become unsolvable. Each of my interviewees have made it known to me that these are the most vital parts of my communication behavior, and that they are the things that strengthen what I am and lead me to future success and career goals. While some of my strengths lie in how I communicate, some of my weaknesses do as well. From the feedback I have received from those that I have interviewed, I have deemed that there are several things that I can work on to become more successful in my communication behavior. The first thing that I need to work on is learning how to manage my stress better. My friends and coworkers have told me that in times of high stress, my ability to communicate calmly and effectively is diminished. There have been several times where I have allowed work or certain events to get the better of me in the past, becoming more stressful, emotional, and aggressive as a result of the stress I am feeling. I believe this relates to my high S score from my DISC profile assessment. A high score in this category characterizes someone who enjoys security. Being in an unpredictable environment causes me unwanted stress that tends to affect my behavior. Not only do I end up losing my calm stature, I become less able to help others or have a friendly attitude as my focus lies on the events that are causing my stress. While some levels of stress are key to making sure goals are accomplished, being able to handle it well and not let it affect how I communicate with others on both a personal and a professional level is something I believe is key for me to improve upon. The other major aspect of how my communication behavior can be developed is how I handle situations in which members of a team or a group get off topic. My interviewees have told me that I can oftentimes add to the loss of focus of coworkers and teammates. There have been accounts in which I've gotten too caught up in adding to the social climate that have allowed to the group to get derailed from their original purpose. In these situations, I've been seen trying too hard to help others feel comfortable that I neglect the needs of the group as a whole. While it has been expressed to me the importance of continuing to be someone who will work to make others feel engaged in a project or in the work that we are doing, I must be able to recognize when we have gone too far off topic and need to return to our original purpose. In order to do this, I must be conscious of the fact that I am leading others away from the original goal, as well as be more assertive in the communication to others when to get back on track. I believe that by continually improving my communication strengths while developing the opportunities I have to grow my communication skills, I will become an overall better individual as well as a better potential employee.